welcome. Thanks for joining us. How is your day going? I am good, thank you. I'm excited. I love watching these showcases and seeing what they have to offer. I've tried to stay away from Twitter and other videos, so I'm not spoiled of anything, because I saw a video by Mr. Matty Plays in my feed saying there's been some leaks, so I stayed away from it. I don't want to ruin the surprise, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna unpop. I'm gonna turn that on, and you let me know if how the volume is going, how the volume is for me and the video. If I need to adjust either, I would appreciate it. Perfect, thank you. All right. Is this Outer Worlds 2? Looks just like it. It is.
Do you think I'd care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit.
Spread
but this
freedom.
pesky Earth Directorate agent is
That's funny.
mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share.
Looks good.
What if this stranger aligned with the Order and
I like the
that
first
world
one.
computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side.
Yeah,
to
I
the
know,
power
huh?
of
Look, that looks
capitalism.
nice. Looks like they're adding some new mechanics into this one. I do like that.
Let's get out there and buy our way to victory.
Buy our way to victory. I love that. That's hilarious. I will say I really did enjoy the first one. It was a lot of fun.
My heart and reverend. Every last bit of my way, every last bit that I'm paid, every
Nice.
last bit that I save is intended for you.
It does, doesn't it? It looks really good. Obsidian can tell incredible stories. Great humor, good stories. I love it. It looks really good.
You'll be mine. Someday perhaps I'll own two. For now I'll take one that's brand new. 'Cause I'm yearning and burning for you.
Oh, yeah, you're doing a playthrough of New Vegas. Oh, New Vegas.
By capitalism.
So good. I love that game.
Inflate our impressions and egos
Love it.
by staying tuned after the showcase.
Play it day one, of course. Yeah, New Vegas is one of my favorite games.
World
I really like it a lot. Oh, world premiere. I wonder what this is.
Babe, what's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapro.
Humans are pro. You know what this reminds me of? Like, just the fast pace and the first person view. Did you ever see the game Mirror's Edge? It's a little older, but that's what this kind of reminds me of. Without the board, but still. It was all about navigation through a world. It was when parkour was really popular. It was basically a game about parkouring, but like not just normal parkouring, like within buildings, across buildings. But you were running from the authorities, basically.
Yeah.
In this
humans
kind
are
of
barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are
in
like
this
half the
weird
size of
future.
ours.
Yeah, it was weird, but yeah. Look at it. See if you can even see a preview for it, and then maybe you'll kind of get to see where I kind of drew that parallel. It was an interesting play, but yeah, it kind of looked like that. With a fast-paced movement and everything.
World premiere.
Yeah, nice. Another world premiere. Good stuff. Trying to place this. Is this a Tomb Raider movie of some sort, or a Tomb Raider video game? I wonder. No, I don't know. It almost. Yeah, I'm getting all sorts of kind of different game feels from this. I would have almost said Assassin's Creed too. No, it's maybe it was the art style that kind of led me to that. Maybe even a temple run, an actual temple run game. Resonance, huh? Oh, a Plague Tale. I don't know if you ever saw that game. That was interesting. That was a very interesting game. I think that was the game with all the rats. Yes, Greek and Roman origins, exactly, yeah. Yeah, with the Minotaur and stuff, for sure. Okay. Controller, yeah, okay. Kind of a cool effect they're doing. Ooh, is this a new mobile device? An Xbox, really? I wasn't expecting that either. I'm like, what? I don't know if we really needed a new mobile device like this, but because some manufacturers, yeah, exactly, like the Steam Deck, and I think Razer has one. They make two. But still, I mean, it's not like the market's flooded with these type of devices, but still, I'm very surprised if this is actual Xbox brand, that they're actually putting more money into hardware, because it seems like they've made a concerted effort to kind of go away from that and wanting to put everyone kind of just online through the computer or something else, you know what I mean?
At Xbox, we strive to put the player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We deliver Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So
it does look really nice, doesn't it?
How can we give you
I
even
like
more
it.
freedom, more choice, more ways to play?
I especially like
our next step
This
is
may
to
seem weird,
unify
but
your gaming
I like
no matter where you buy or play.
the look
So we're
and
building
feel
an Xbox
of where your
experience
hands sit
designed
on
for
it.
players,
The
not
texture,
locked
how it
to a
looked like
single
it was
store
kind of
or
grippy.
tied to
I
one
know
device.
it may sound weird to say it that way, but
The
it
Xbox
felt like
Ally is an
it
Xbox
it
you
would
can
be
hold
good and
in your
comfortable to
hands,
hold.
bringing together the power
Let's be
of
honest,
Xbox
some people
and the
get a
freedom
little
of
sweaty
Windows.
with their hands when they play.
On this
and
Xbox,
that
you can
it
play
wouldn't be
games
all
across your
slippery for
entire
you to use
library,
either. It'd be
including
like
all the
it
Windows
felt like
PC game
you could
stores,
hold on to
from
it well.
Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated
thought it
Hollow
looked
Knight
grippy, yeah.
Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. In
Okay,
fact,
so it's called
every
the
new game
Ally.
you see in
Okay,
today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
nice. So
We
this is
have
going to
always
be
wanted
all
you to have
cloud,
a unique
right?
experience
Probably
of
just connected
Xbox
directly
on
to the
any
cloud.
screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere.
Okay,
Whether
yeah,
you're
Play
playing
Anywhere,
on
which is
console,
the
PC,
cloud.
Smart
Okay.
TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends,
So
and
how do you play
achievements.
on a smart TV?
There are
Are you
over
able to
1,000
connect
Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox
controller via
today.
Bluetooth or
And
something
every
like
new
that?
game you see in
Is that
today's
how you
show
would actually play on
from
a
our
smart
partners
TV?
and our studios is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically
Game
acclaimed
Pass
indie hits.
looks amazing.
This is the freedom we believe players
You can connect
should
the console.
have.
Okay. Oh,
Any
okay,
game,
okay.
anywhere. And we are
The way
giving
she
it our
said
all every
smart
day to
TV, it
make
made it
this
sound
vision
like you
real.
could just have an app.
But it
and
all comes back to the
maybe
games.
it'll eventually be like
From
that.
dead to rights on the original
But
Xbox
Game
to
Pass is a
Armored
really
Core
great
6,
value.
our
I'll just come
relationship
out
with
and say
Bandai
it. It
Namco
really
Entertainment
is.
has stood the test of time.
At least
We
for how much
both
it is
believe
now.
in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolf Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark
Blood
fantasy
of
that I can't
Dawn
wait for you to explore.
Walker. Okay.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
You play PlayStation? I used to always be an Xbox boy. Like I had the original Xbox. I'm older, so I had the original Xbox, Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. I had a PlayStation 3, and then I stopped buying consoles at that point, and then I just went to PC. But I'll say, Sony and PlayStation, I love their exclusives. They're so good.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light.
Yeah, those were fun.
We feared for our lives.
I actually
should
modified
have feared
those
for our
too. Like
souls
their
instead.
cases put different components in them. The original Xbox, it was that was fun
Vampires
times in the
didn't come
beginning.
to kill us. No, they came to rule.
I think I still have some of my
Turn us
original
into
Xbox games back
mindless,
there on my shelf
docile
too,
cattle.
from that time.
Not
I
me.
know I have Halo and Halo 2 on back there for
They
it.
tried to change me into one of them,
Oh,
but I
I
became
wonder if this is a
something
whole new
else instead.
franchise, or if it's based on another one, based in the
Their
world
worst
of
nightmare.
an existing one. It almost looks like it could be based in the world of Vampire the Masquerade, but I don't think it is.
Trapped between the two worlds,
Yeah, I would
fighting
like
to
that
even
too.
the score,
Saying you have no idea where it's going to go
fighting to
or what the
understand the evil behind it all.
limitations are
Out there,
almost of it. If it's a brand new one, it could be anything, go anywhere.
growing.
This sounds like The Witcher, though. It has Witcher-type music, doesn't it? And maybe this is in that world. I didn't say that, but it definitely had that type of music. It had that Witcher feel. It does. It looks cool. It does. I definitely would like to play that for sure.
World premiere.
Nice, another world premiere. Love that. Interesting. I swear I've seen this little dude somewhere before. Maybe not. Yeah, it's okay, yeah. Okay. I was like, I know I've seen him somewhere before. Yeah, Meat Boy. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. Nice. That would, wouldn't it? Multiplayer looks like a hellscape. No indication on who you are. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would be terrible. That would suck so bad. For sure.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Ooh, Team Ninja.
You're a wanted criminal now.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission. Ooh. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Is Team Ninja the one who did Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that? And Bayonetta?
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
I think they are. I like this. This looks good though.
This is it.
Sayori.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
That name sounds so cool. I swear this is in the Ninja Gaiden universe. Real. It might be. The new Ninja Gaiden game, actually. This looks just like one of their games. The Ninja Gaiden games on the hardest difficulty are like insane. I know, huh? Like leave it to a Japanese studio to come up with the most wild and just, there we go, Ninja Gaiden 4. The wild and weirdest shit you've ever seen. They always deliver on that weird front, I'll tell you that. I mean, just look at some of the bosses in like Elden Ring and shit, like crazy. And Souls games too. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Ooh, new Bethesda, okay. Machine Games, okay. Is this going to be an expansion on the new Indiana Jones game that they just released?
Here we go.
A DLC?
Good luck, Indy.
Indiana Jones. I actually heard this wasn't too bad. Which is a good thing to hear. Okay, new adventure begins. Good as a DLC, must be.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find the secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
Beginning, maybe, yeah. Ooh, looks like a Templar. The Great Circle. The Order of Giants. Okay. Nice. Ooh, it's just in a couple months too. That's not too bad. Play anywhere. Xbox. Okay, that's nice.
World premiere.
World premiere, cool. Finally, yeah, ends in getting the Holy Grail, like finally. That would be hilarious. looks like it might be another Souls game, or maybe something along the lines of Black Myth Wukong in that type of game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, from, right?
Fujigo Emma, お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
Yes. Yeah, Hell's Paradise. That's such a good anime. That was wild and it was cool. I like that one a lot. But yeah, exactly, with some mechs that you're fighting. Both powers against mankind in that one.
The streets of Avalon sure do shine. Because they swoop their filth down to us.
Avalon.
Who's for a paper?
This reminds me of BioShock.
Here's the
although I know it's not. In XL. Okay.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It does. I love it too. Steampunkish almost. I really like it.
Shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
The Knob.
There has been a crime.
That's a great name.
Itself has been affronted. I have been burgled.
Griswick.
Yes, I got that part. Do you know?
I know. I was so happy. He's sitting there doing his job, just sweeping up, and then just got kicked to the side. What the hell is that?
We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim, well muscular.
Oh.
Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
Is this going to be like a
quite
a
fashionable.
detective type
That's
game? I
the
wonder.
fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
Sherlock Holmes, like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Kind of looks like Sherlock Holmes meets
Got it.
Uncle's a bit touchy.
meets steampunk. It's very interesting.
I'll show you, Touchy.
There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges.
It does look interesting.
Empty pockets. And blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no!
I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing bed of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
I like this. I love the robot design, huh? So cool. And you know what? I'm seeing all this gun stuff. This looks incredible too. Super cool. The whole steampunk aesthetic, I'm really liking it a lot.
Worse.
And it does look really interesting, honestly.
And if they can rewrite history...
Yes, almost like Atomic Hearts, huh?
But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time.
That's
and I
pretty
can even
cool.
go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell you, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
That's really cool. This is a really cool idea. Yeah. Takes a change of time out. Yeah, this does look really cool, huh? I like it. Clockwork Revolution. That looks really good.
Now let me alone and piss off.
I like that. That looks really good.
Our
Deployable
creative
turrets
teams
is really cool.
are
Yeah, it is.
dedicated to bringing players
Hello, Mr.
award-winning,
Booty.
record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard,
Really?
and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most
Almost all
played
those games
games
weren't that
ever,
great.
and they're
Yeah,
also
it is a great
delivering
name, isn't
more
it?
content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they
All right.
play the games our teams make. So, of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On
Nice.
behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These
Yeah,
experiences don't
Insurgency Sandstorm
stop
Avowed
when you put down the
was
controller. As you've seen in recent years,
little disappointing.
more and more of our characters, stories,
great
and
potential.
worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players
Fallout
into the
TV
game.
series was so
we have
good.
more projects in the works as
Oh.
gaming continues to influence film and television
absolutely.
like never before.
I would
When
take
it comes to growing
the
new
Oblivion
franchises,
remake over
Obsidian
Avowed.
is having a
Yeah, I
year
love
like
it.
no
Yeah.
other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October.
I have to finish
Obsidian
my
is
playthrough of that
always
too.
delivering
I never
great
played the
games,
original. I'm
and they have
surprisingly.
a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our direct.
The first
Until
Bethesda
then,
game I ever
let's take a
played
look.
was Fallout 3, actually. So I never went back and played the old Elder Scrolls. So I just played Fallout 3, Skyrim, Fallout 4. Unfortunately, I bought Starfield.
I told you, you
Played
can't
for like
run
5
from me,
hours.
you foul beast.
He-Man style, yep. That's what it looks like.
With new flexible legs, they don't curve
He-Man!
action
Exactly.
figure can ride anything.
Girth. Yoinked girth. Same design, everything.
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food
Dude, that freaked
science
the hell out
robot
of me when I
Burgle
first saw that
and
gameplay
Dr.
with the huge
Tully
spiders.
when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current
Is this a
whereabouts
follow-up?
are also unknown.
Is this Grounded 2? Yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, exactly, right? Exactly.
You gotta keep them separated.
Get shrunk again. Okay. Okay. New enemies. Oh, that spider. I do not do well with spiders. The music is great. Hey! Hey! New weapons look good too, yeah. Grounded 2, there we go. And that's just like a little over like a month and a half. Yeah, mounts is crazy, especially if they could do more than just allow you to ride them. If they can help you fight for, in some way, that would be really cool too.
Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
I have encountered an unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
The behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area is highly unusual.
Yeah, this is.
They become exceptionally aggressive.
I get a mix of like Silent Hill and like almost like Fear, the Fear franchise. It's weird. I wonder what this is.
They seem to act more consistently in coordination.
Yeah. Kind of like Amnesia.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
This is definitely unique.
Such is our calling. Such is our calling.
Kronos, okay. The New Dawn. Interesting. It threw me off so much with all the modern guns and that they're in a suit like that. So I'm used to seeing that type of environment, like I said, in a pure horror game without modern weapons and stuff like that, or futuristic weapons, I should say. And the name is awesome too, Kronos. Huh. Oh, bloody hell. The best thing about the Elder Scrolls Online is being able to see the places in the Elder Scrolls world in a video game that haven't been in any of the other Elder Scrolls games. That's the best part about it. Combat's weird. If you play other MMOs, the combat's a bit weird. You either love it or you hate it. I didn't really like the combat, but, you know. Like I said, it is kind of cool to see all these different areas. This is an MMO. Elder Scrolls Online. It's been around for a number of years. It might be a new expansion for it, though. I wonder where they're going to go next. Server-wide events, okay. That's kind of cool. Large-scale battles, that is definitely new. Season of the Worm Cult. Okay. If you like Elder Scrolls and you like the world that they created, if you ever can play it, I would, just to explore it. But it is an MMO, so. But it is cool to kind of see the parts of Tamriel that
Code 1 to mission control, we're falling!
you don't see in the other single-player games.
Thomas, the ship's breaking apart. There's no time.
I don't know what this is.
Evacuate! Now! Thomas, come in!
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world to save mankind. And I'll always love you for that.
It did kind of give a Mass Effect feel, didn't it? Actually gave it like an Andromeda feel, didn't it? Especially this too. Actually, this snow world reminded me of when in Mass Effect 2, when you went to your old crash site for the Normandy, you had to collect all that stuff. Nathan Drake for
wherever you are.
Yes, it does.
Find you.
Philion. Okay. Honor among thieves. Okay, looks a bit ominous. European Space Agency. Interesting. Okay.
World premiere.
World premiere. All right.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand, a hotel famous across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish our command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovation.
It's really interesting, huh? He's like painting around her.
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Huh.
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to.
Ooh, what is he really up to?
Because if they find out, they will Wicker Man your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking bad. Don't make the same mistake your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
Yeah, I would have just spray painted right over too, straight over like that. So you're going in, you're deceiving the locals, and you're working with or for someone else. And what are you really looking for? That's what's interesting. Oh, yeah, Prey is a great game too. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Okay. It does look kind of interesting, though. It does. Beat the monster with some books. Yeah. Those tools that you have of your father's look very, very interesting for gameplay.
There are as many gods in the world as there are stars.
I like the design too.
And when
it's almost like a. At very first, it looked like to me, it's almost like an oil painting came to life with the way that.
Be my daughter.
With the way the lines looked and how the lighting was bouncing off of them too. I liked it. Is this an RTS? Must be. looks interesting. I've never really played RTS. Maybe it's something I should actually try. I've literally never even tried to play them. Age of Mythology. Okay.
You can't rule if the heavenly spear is mine.
Retold. All right. Doing this year.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단에 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
That actually looks like Korea.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가?
Yeah, it kind of looks like one at times, doesn't it? I wonder what this actually is.
누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다.
Almost looks like Parasite, but like, no.
지정태. 지정태.
Mudang Two Hearts. Okay. Huh.
World premiere.
The world premiere. Nice. Another one.
E ora Olaiem loite fativi.
I like the art style. It's interesting.
Te kemaite mana. Muite unanite waiora. Dia novo tu alibemo iwa lotaname.
Yeah, it does, huh?
Di efema.
Looks really similar. The art style.
Nami. Toma tu accalio, Terali.
Odyssey continues, huh? Straight to the face. It's very interesting. Planet of Lana. I don't think I ever heard of the original. That's interesting. old the original is. It does look good. It does. Oh, Bethesda. Let's see what this is. Ugh.
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity. Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds.
We will not be that lucky.
Just step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing,
I'm hoping they actually announce a Fallout.
What do you got on there, Jed?
A Fallout 3 remaster, like
today?
the Oblivion one. But I don't think they'll do that.
See for
here.
yourself.
Not unless it's actually really close to being ready.
Oh, bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools for
I know
the
they're
job.
going to do it. I just hope they do it.
There are as many unique
soon,
combinations
to be honest.
of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish in the sea.
I really thought it would come out before
And
the
when you've
Oblivion
caught your
one.
fill, pop over to the local tackle shop.
It's the whole
to
reason I
swap
haven't
fish tails.
restarted playing the Fallout series again with 3, Vegas, and 4.
Can you smell that?
So I want that remake
No matter
of 3
what
to come
troubles
out.
plague the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this.
The remaster.
You just got to know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place
forgetting
to
the best
show off
character in
all the
Fallout.
bits and bobs
Who's
you
that?
collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood cookout. Community makes a wasteland a waste home.
That's
Join
true.
today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Gone Fission. Yeah, I someone said that update came out last week.
World premiere.
A fishing update for it, and they actually really liked it. A couple people I watched. So. Okay, is this just mobile? Because I know the first one I thought was just mobile, but. Did you like it? It was good, not your favorite thing. So how does this look in comparison to the first? Do you think this is also mobile, or is this going to be PC? It looks like it might be PC. Unless it's content for the first one. No, PC. Okay, just PC. Nice. Well, that's not the first one being ported over, right? That's different than what you played, right?
World premiere.
Okay, good. This looks too cute already. It does look really cute. Yeah, I was gonna say, it gives me Power World feels, doesn't it? Except Power World was partnering up with Sony. Oh, is it? Oh. You see, see that down there in the left-hand corner where it says catch mode? That wording. Nintendo would love to sue you over just that wording alone. You can't catch anything. They want to try to make it so you can't even use that phrasing in a video game. This would be a shame if it is actually gotcha. It looks good. So they're going for a cutesy gotcha instead of the over-sexualized gotcha. Okay, and this is only on Xbox and PC. That's interesting. I wonder if it is.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life, but more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come.
Nice.
Check out the launch trailer now.
Cool. I find it weird. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I find it weird how he said 3 and 4. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Like, are they like, what is the 3 and 4? Is it 2 games in 1, or is it like I'm kind of confused? Okay. This looks good. Cool designs. Yeah. Destructible environments is really cool. Very interesting too, especially for multiplayer. If you're racing against other players in multiplayer and you can destroy something and someone's following you, they have to all of a sudden change their route. And that can drastically affect maybe a timing thing if it's a timed event. Or being able to throw stuff like that in their way too. That adds a whole new level to it, yeah. Doom guy on a skateboard? Oh, mercy! That's kind of cool. That is a cool map.
World premiere.
Rip and shred the rails, that's right. I like this art style too. Spirit Fair, okay. Yeah, definitely a platformer. Cool. This is not just a pure action-based platformer either. That I like that too. Something a little different than just racing through the levels. So you maybe have abilities down there in the form of cards that you can use. That adds a whole new flavor to it. Boundary Betrayal. Yeah, exactly. That adds a whole new layer to it, though. That's kind of interesting. It slows it down a little bit, but it gives a lot as well. I like that. Some people automatically see any type of card in a game and they don't like it, but I think this is, from what I see, that this is kind of cool. Like, it's not an actual card game, but it's like choosing an ability too, and but it's just in the form of pulling up a card. Like, I like it. Yeah. Oh, Gears, here we go. Original, where it all began. It's back, baby. It did.
Look who decided to show up.
Like cross platforms, huh? Which platforms? We stay synced, really? I like that. I like that.
Looks like they upgraded. Nausea, baby. Let's do this. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I like that too. I like how the gore's back. All right, couple months away. That's nice.
World premiere.
World premiere. I was gonna say, it looks like Japan. Definitely Japan. Persona 4, okay. Interesting. I'm surprised that is coming to Xbox. Persona game, to be honest. Like as a
the Smugglers League
label.
is always there. But you
oh,
won't see
Sea of
us.
Thieves, huh?
You won't hear us. And the only way you'd ever know it is if that's what we wanted.
Thanks for the guns.
As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other.
Of course.
So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
Were they listening? Ooh, a new role. Okay.
Hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the room, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable.
Okay,
it's more
so
than moving under moonlight and shadows. You
the
should
new
be ready
role,
to take advantage of others'
This is interesting.
misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League.
Okay. I wonder when this goes live.
You're paying for that.
I'm sure my son would love to play this one. Nice boom, yeah, exactly. Okay, in a couple months, I'm sure he'll be playing that.
premiere.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
That was a good intro. That was a lot of blood and gore. I like that. Quarter up. Okay. Oh, superheroes. Okay.
No, Dad.
Oh, wait. He looks so familiar. Wait, who the hell is that? Invincible. Okay.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
I was gonna say, I think the guys in white kind of look like a bunch of douchebags in this. I'm not sure.
I'd like to propose a third option.
Ooh.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm
Invincible. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
I trusted you.
So is this a team fighter? Okay. Oh, okay. I was not familiar with the franchise, but okay. I see.
Ready to bleed? This is over. All right, coming through.
Let's do this.
Gotcha. Going up. Come here. Need a hand?
Sweet will love it. Yeah. This does look really good.
You like this? It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Ooh. So it looks like you can mix and match the teams. You just don't have to do one against the other. Like people from the same team can fight against each other. That's interesting. So it's not purely team-based. It's just a group of characters. The wait is almost over, huh? Oh, Square Enix. Okay. Squeenix. Final Fantasy VII. So what weight are we talking about? This is already out. Okay, expansion. Also coming to Xbox. Oh, okay.
Any objections?
Let's see what this is.
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
A remaster, the remaster, yeah. Remaster squared, right? What is this?
No flames are around, and they burn as one.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Okay, great, okay.
Valisthea cannot endure a second.
Final Fantasy 16.
But she may yet be saved by you.
Okay. Final Fantasy 16 available today. Interest. That looks pretty good. Yeah, me too.
World
cool, me
premiere.
Too. Double Fine. Okay. the music's kind of weird with it, isn't it? I don't know if whoever did the music, I don't know. Feels a bit discombobulated, doesn't it? A bit off. In parts, sure. Keeper, okay. Yeah, exactly. They didn't need the weird, eerie kind of off parts of the music.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine excels at creating unique and innovative experiences.
Double Fine does do
and Keeper is
good
no
stuff.
exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning.
First came out, so
Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere.
Ooh, okay.
Enjoy.
All right. They always usually leave the best for last. Let's see what they've got for us.
World premiere.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here,
I wouldn't mind seeing that at all.
Oh, that mission in
okay.
action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale.
Oh, that's a little scary.
I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
That was kind of cool when he touched that. All of a sudden she stopped and turned and kind of was staring right at him. That's pretty cool. Wow. This feels like Inception right there with the whole, that world kind of unfolding like that. This is kind of crazy. horror feels. Wow. Yeah, multiverse, huh? This is wild.
Fear is a powerful thing.
David.
Mason.
Menendez.
They know each other from somewhere. Oh, mercy. Do you like to play those games? Call of Duty series. So that's definitely a little bit of a departure, right? What you normally see from them. Oh, of course, of course. Dude, it can't be COD without being able to do the zombie stuff. Really. The players love that shit so much. I'm interested in this first showcase too, just because I really like Obsidian overall.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment.
I think they dropped
We've
the ball
at the
with
studio
Avowed,
have
but
joked around
still,
that this has been
like,
the year of
I do
Obsidian,
really
with
like.
Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games.
Yeah.
And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by
wait,
doing
wait.
what our studio does best.
2 more.
sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so
What?
much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the
Outer Worlds,
lifeblood
yeah.
of every great franchise. Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no Raccoon Tail. No sequel, no Zune 2.
I'll be right
which
back.
doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian, and I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage, so trust me, I know what I'm doing. Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
Let the killing commence.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to The Outer Worlds 1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around.
Ooh. Good stuff.
So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for this sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of play style that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG.
It does.
Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
interesting. Like they give you multiple ways to get into to do things like this
love
instead
a
of
deep
only
RPG
having
experience,
one.
and building out that RPG crunchiness
did,
for our
didn't it?
players was at the
Last guy
forefront
from
of what we
good.
set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different
But are they
equipment
also
options
still
for
going to
different
have
playstyles,
unique ways
and different
to
companions with different abilities
to do things that maybe you can't do if you don't have that exact build? Like you can't get in, you can't do a certain thing if you're not in that build, and then in different areas, so that you truly have.
In the first Outer Worlds, you
paths.
start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role.
I hope
that
so
role
too,
is
yeah.
an Earth Directorate agent.
I always like that
You
where
can think of them as kind of like space
there's kind
cowboys
of
or space
caps
sky
in
marshals.
certain areas too, or
There's the
skill
good
checks
guys that
for
go
certain
into
things.
places and kind of fix everything that's wrong.
I don't like the trend in gaming
You're gonna be
where
one of those. But we don't
they have
tell
games
you
like this where
why
you
you
have
joined the
different
Earth Directorate.
paths
There
you
could have
can
been
go
a lot
down,
of different reasons,
but
right? It could have
they
been
give-
because you're an
they
actual
literally
lawbringer and
give
you want to
you an
go in
option
there
to do
and
the same
spread law
thing
throughout
in
the
every
galaxy.
single path, 'cause
It
then it
could be
doesn't-
that you're a roustabout
it doesn't
and you
feel
just had
as
nothing better
unique.
to do.
It just
After you pick your background, one of
allows
the
you to do
really important
everything,
choices you
but
have
just a
next is
different
choosing
way.
your traits.
I'd like
While
it to
we
be
had attributes
different
in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into
based
traits
on,
for the
on
Outer
what
Worlds
you do,
too,
so
which
that
are
you
these
want to go
big
back and
changes to
play
your character
as a
depending
whole
on which ones you pick.
different.
So it could be something like brilliant.
Using different tool
where
sets
you can tag
and-
extra
and
skills and,
different
you start getting
skills
extra
and
skill
things like that.
points. And that's
It gives
obviously
it
really
more
great if that's how you want to
replayability,
build your
in
character.
my
You can also
opinion.
go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well.
Okay.
Of course, we brought back Dumb, so players love the Dumb option.
It's so fun.
Tell me, do you believe in signs?
The dumb option was so good. They would just
Quite what
they'd
I
just
meant,
be
but
like,
I like your contempt
okay.
for boundaries. I could put your adventurous spirit to good use.
And you get like lots
The
of really
true
cool,
meathead
fun
option
conversation
is
options in the
dumb.
game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can be dumb and use that for something. It could be something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to work.
That's kind of hilarious.
After
though.
you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills.
It does, doesn't it? It
Skills
really makes it worth
themselves
the money.
basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
I like that. That's cool.
Throughout your entire journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, it actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself.
I have to go back and play the
Anybody's
original
played
again to
Fallout
kind
New
of see
Vegas,
how
they'll
that
be
affects
very
things.
familiar with like the perk
with what
system. We
how they
basically
kind of
borrowed that, but went even
condensed
grander. We actually
skills.
have more perks than Fallout New Vegas did. But here's the cool thing, right? We check and use perks for literally everything, right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets. There's another perk called Heavy Handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
Oh man, I really like the serial killer perk.
All right.
As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually gonna get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Oh. Oh, that's really cool.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved from the first game, but we wanted to make it more personal to the player.
That's
We wanted
cool.
it to really
I like
reflect
that a
how you
lot.
were playing the game and give you a bonus that you actually
Straight to the
wanted
groin.
to really engage
Straight
with.
to the soft
With
spot.
the flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more real than ever before. So, We turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
What's wrong with you?
bad knees.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
This is funny.
I like to
this.
take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing.
Kleptomaniac.
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I'm taking.
Like, I don't.
Claire. Claire, you shouldn't be stealing.
Taking.
What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing,
hilarious.
Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
Tiny crimes.
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal
I
things,
love this.
okay? But it's
This
an
is so
amazing
good.
flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person.
This is good
And are
Bethesda,
you the one that
right?
took my
I
stapler?
mean, Obsidian.
Yeah.
There's a
Give it
Obsidian
back.
right here.
okay.
Please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30. You guys get an hour?
I get an hour.
An hour.
Oh. Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3?
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called
love
bad
that.
knees. It will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make
Oh
it so
my
that
gosh.
you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well,
Oh
everyone around
my
you is going to hear
gosh.
you.
That is hilarious.
There's one called Kleptomaniac. This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal. And like that sounds really great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
One of our more wacky perks
those
is
are cool.
the Sun Gazer
Those are
flaw,
seriously cool.
and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes
These
on
are
all of
funny.
your weapons.
I like these.
But if you ever fully empty
These
your
are
magazine,
so-
you're going to take a debuff for a while.
So Fallout New Vegas-esh.
Well, we support options like being a gunslinger
I love
who
it.
wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them. We also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors.
That's cool.
Or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
The bridge, okay.
Not only do you kind of encounter this very early,
This
it's a
looks
very
really
core one to the story, but it really
I don't roll
expresses
suit.
our
I can't
philosophy
wait.
of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways. So you may solve it by, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and
the
actually
sneaks-
sneak in under
my
the
pop-
bridge to
that
get
is
over
so
to the other
good.
side.
That's so good. I love that. So you have to wait till there's no one around so you can actually stand up. I love that. That's hilarious.
You can bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across.
Okay.
Or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. Their companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
Oh.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this
That
in
reminds
whatever
me of
way
when
you want to.
New
When you build your
Vegas,
character your way, we're there for
when
you. We
can,
really want you
give
to have the
your
experience that
companion
you
over
want to have out of this.
to the cannibals in the casino for the dinner.
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate.
Of course.
Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury.
So prevalent in every
For
single
Protectorate
game,
subjects,
on whatever
unfortunately, that
level,
answer is
always.
everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer Worlds' faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
At a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions.
I love that.
You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks. If you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium gas leaks at the Automatic Repair Facility,
it's a lot.
strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
Some hotshot for hire just managed to fix the electrum leak in their repair facility. Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place.
I love that too.
We sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around.
The radio host would talk
They're integrated
about what
into
you
the
had
game's
done as the
storyline much
character.
more than
It
we
was
did on
really
the first
cool.
Outer Worlds.
I
And
like
like with
that.
everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val.
So good.
Marisol's part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a Protectorate Arbiter, who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show them what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising, because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby.
All right, I'm gonna mute just for a minute so I can eat,
it is what
but I'm still here. I'm
fuels us.
listening.
Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings for some reason,
They could end up
right?
turning on the
Who
player at
needs
the
a
very end if you
significant
haven't
other
been nice
when you
enough.
could have a
Maybe help the person
knife-wielding
you're trying to
space psycho
you're
up in
have
your
to kill.
sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh?
Actually really cool.
Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little nut.
The visuals of the first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier colony in space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Anti's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control, Anti's Choice uses it to help their bottom line. The Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Anti's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Anti and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of The Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in The Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun, finding really cool stuff.
For sure.
We've aimed to make everything in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like, we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought, we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in The Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good? Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C, capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're gonna take those people, we're gonna make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dan. Here we go. What comes after C? O, optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers, okay? I wanna make them happy, so let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet, sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet, sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just say it. Sweet, sweet pre-order. Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine, and here we go. B, burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay, well, it's a big part of the game. A, you gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all. We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us, huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. Toi. In French, that means two. Sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on, Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS,
That was so good.
the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Borscht Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the Pop-Up Gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack, and even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
The Shrink Ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like. One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way. And you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
This feels weird. Well, that's just me.
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit.
Yeah,
the team has done incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to life.
It feels weird.
And we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games. It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best, make your worlds your way.
It is. It's worse first person. It feels weird. I always feel like my aim and everything is off in that close third person. I've never liked it. I can't wait for this. When does this come out? Seriously. This year. I know. When did they say Grounded 2?
With the Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays the Outer Worlds 2.
Really?
What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on it.
Toaster.
I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel
Wants to
the
watch the
sequel,
world burn.
or is launch the sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my
I want to see what they did with the mounts in Grounded 2.
Take it away, team.
Like I was saying during the preview, I want to know if you can actually, if they can actually help you attack enemies, or if you just ride on them. You know what I mean?
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the Direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal.
I like that.
Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even
bringing
larger
stuff to the
world.
second game that they wanted to, but were unable for whatever reason to bring in. That was a fat wad of cash.
When
That
we
was
started
like
working on
a
Grounded
serious
2,
greasing of
we
palms
knew that
right
we wanted
there.
to make a bigger
Serious.
world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our 2 studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max.
It's gotta feel like a nightmare if you're the same people
Willow.
getting shrunk and stuck in the world. Seriously.
And Pete.
I understand why
They're
they
a couple
did it.
years
but
older, which It means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different, but we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
Ray went off.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Oh my gosh,
the reason we wanted to
insane.
move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore
the
the community of
starting
Brook
area
Hollow
is as
and
big
what
as the
secrets have
entire
they been
map
hiding.
in the original Grounded. That's crazy.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane
those kids
at
are
normal
like,
size.
dude, karma hates
but
me. That's all there is to it.
wonders when you're the size of an ant.
Oh, absolutely. Totally. I would.
Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life
It's like the
in a
people
brand new
who
way.
made it out of Sword Art Online, and then all of a
Part
sudden,
of the
like, they
fun
get stuck in there
Grounded 2
again.
is that
How
the
can they
park
not
was
be
evacuated
traumatized,
really
you know?
quickly
They made it out of a
right
life-threatening
before our
situation,
teams were shrunk.
and they get stuck in
And
this
that
exact
means that
same
the
one
park has
again.
been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore.
Man, this
One of
could
my
take,
favorite
like,
examples
a game,
of this
a
is the ice
playthrough
cream
of this
cart.
could take a long time with how big this
In
map
all
is.
the commotion, the ice cream vendor's
Unless they
cart
don't
has been
fill it with a
knocked
lot of
over
stuff and it's just a
and
lot of
its
empty
contents have
space, which
spilled
I don't
out
think
to the
they're
ground.
doing.
And what
At
this
least it
means
doesn't look
for
like it.
our young adventurers
There's going to
is
be
that
a
they'll be able
lot
to
of time you can
explore
spend
this
in this map.
frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
Oh, scorpions.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park, and so there's all these toxic
they're gonna fill it
chemicals
with
underground.
stuff, which
The
means
environment
it's
looks
gonna
very
be
cool and very spooky with all of these sort of
crazy
chemical
amounts of time you can
pools.
spend
And of
in
course,
it.
nothing can live down there except for
what I
one
think.
type of insect, the cockroach.
Oh.
We're oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future
That was
updates,
a
you're going to see a ton of new
spider.
stuff.
He just got on a spider,
We do
right?
a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better. We also knew we wanted to
Right,
add
let's
a new
go.
layer of
Yeah,
strategy.
exactly.
The changes that we've
One that-
made
that big-
aren't
oh,
limited to
ooh.
tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too. But there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking.
Oh, good. Does
We've
blocking
also
work
added
better?
dashing as a new way to both get out of
Ooh,
danger
I like the
quickly
dashing,
or
too.
jump in for a quick attack.
That's nice.
And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess
Ooh,
match, but
yeah.
one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues, effect-wielding mages, and
Nice.
ranged hunters.
Yeah, because some
In the
weapons
first
just didn't
Grounded, we
feel
had
like
mutations, and there
they
were
hit
weapons
hard.
and armors that favored different
Yeah,
play
exactly,
styles.
yeah.
In Grounded 2, not
It may
only
not
will there
be,
be
exactly.
passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations.
Okay, passive and
And
active.
a lot of those
okay.
mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, enchantments.
I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's
That's
gonna be
insane
awesome
and
watching
no
it
way
evolve with
possible
player
really
feedback
in the first
and
game.
watching
You
us try to
cannot
keep
one
up
hit a
with all of your
ladybug in the
game-breaking
first game,
builds.
man.
One of the great things
Like-
about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts.
from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
Getting
We're
other
also
people
trying to make sure that
excel in
armor and
certain
equipment
areas.
are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends. It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release. Mounts.
All right.
Our mounts,
Oh my gosh,
we
the
call them
spiders.
buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
Okay, good. So they do help you.
really wanted
That's
the buggies
awesome.
to be
That
an
is so
extension of
cool.
the player in every way possible.
That's awesome.
And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core
Nice. I
pillars
love
of
that.
Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and
Oh, that
building
is
as well.
cool.
Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
I wonder if you can get
The Red Ant
like.
Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red
I wonder
Ant
if you can
workers
get a pet
to follow
that
you around
allows
and
you
help
to
you
gather
out.
more
If you get into
stuff,
combat
like
and you don't
something
want to
where
fight
you
when
go
you're
out to gather
saddled on your
resources,
buggy, you can
and
jump
because
off,
of your
and they'll
mount,
fight
you can
right
carry
alongside
back
you and
more.
provide
That
support.
would be really cool.
The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting. But they're
good
awesome when it comes to combat.
Okay.
Sure, their defenses aren't super
Looks like
strong, but they're
they might
heavy
be that,
hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a Scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability
That's
to shoot
really
webs and entangle other creatures.
Wow, this is
So
really
the
cool.
Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with.
Yeah.
The connection that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2.
Nice, that is
it comes
really
with some
cool.
trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world. But there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies.
And this type
all
of thing
it. We
works
also learned a
when the
lot
game
from that
is
first time
finished
around.
enough
One thing that stood out
that it doesn't
immediately,
feel broken when you're
players
playing it
blaze through
on,
our content.
you know, in
especially
this
the story.
early kind of
That
early
makes sense.
access stage.
Story, characters, world
And then
building.
as long
it's
as
kind
the
of
developer
Obsidian's
takes
thing.
that feedback
It's the
to
flavor we
make
bring to the survival
better
genre.
game, and not
so
every
this
piece of
time, we're
feedback
starting
is
with
valuable,
a much
but
bigger baseline.
to truly take that back and make the game better,
Chaos descended
the
on a
end
ceremony
product at the end of
commemorating
that road
the
is
2-year
always going to be better.
anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first
Yeah.
game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning
Yes,
even
Bethesda's
more into
always
that,
broken.
and we'll be keeping a close eye
And
on what our players
Cyberpunk
discover
was beyond
and how they
broken when it
interpret it.
released.
Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves
A good
forward.
example, this is
really
also a
started
game I
to hit our
love to play,
groove
as
at
well
the
as
end of
Satisfactory.
Grounded
It's a
1.
factory
We
builder.
found that being open
that
about
was
what
in
we
early
were
access
planning
for ages,
and then
but
following through was key to building trust with the
it just
community.
kept progressing
As a small
over time
team, we had to
and adding
experiment
and
with
adding and
update
adding.
pacing and scope. And what we found
All right, how you
resonated the
doing,
most
Paige?
with
How's
all
your
of you
Sunday going?
were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our
Oh,
big
did you?
updates, new buggies, new
Good, I'm glad
biomes,
it's
new building
going.
pieces, all the good stuff. And We're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
I love that.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment and Eidos Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in
Isn't it
Grounded
next
2.
month? Isn't it July
If you're
for
a
this one?
returning Grounded player,
I think.
we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting Tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park.
I thought it did.
It's
I thought it did
time
say
to
that.
ride together and survive together.
Oh, really? I hope he has a good time. I'll say this about baseball. Going to a baseball game is a lot more fun than watching it on TV. A lot more fun. I tend to fall asleep when I watch it on TV. Oh, July and then October. Okay, yeah, so I was right about July. That's awesome. Oh, we're gonna see more about this one?
We have been expecting you. This is where it starts.
Yeah, I can't watch it on TV either.
We can change the world.
You like listening to them?
Can you handle that?
Oh, this is like a wrap up. Okay, you're kind of going through everything. This game, that game looks so good.
I'm here to even the odds.
That Clockwork game.
Any objections? Here's to playing in the mud. And when we need their help, they send us a hero. Here we go. Please follow me.
Well, you must be in a constant state of rage watching an MLB game then, because the refs, yeah. I still don't understand. Okay, I do understand, but like, yeah, I was gonna say something about the behind the plate umpires and the strike zones, but
this is gonna be awesome.
it's the same thing as refs in football. I mean, there's that unique human factor with those that you kind of have to feel that out in a game as well as actually playing the game. Like, what do this set of refs want to call? What do they not? What is this umpire's, strike zone? You know, you have to feel those out. Exactly. So even though there's this rule for what's legal and not legal, there's still that personal ref / umpire interpretation or how they see and use that rule as well. All right, so what did you guys think? What'd you think, Grout? Overall, do you think it was, how strong was it? It's supposed to be below the chest and above the knees. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The one, my boys' games calls them on the ground. Like they're good, like they're golfing. It's my first time watching it too. I liked it. Did you watch the Summer Games Fest?